Hi, my name is Ken Chase, PGA Professional. Today we're going to talk about posture. In the previous two videos we talked about the importance of the grip and the alignment. Today we're going to talk about the third most important pre-swing fundamental, posture. Hopefully you've watched the last two videos, the previous two videos on grip and alignment, and now we're going to talk about if you do the grip properly and if you understand and use proper alignment, then the value of proper posture is overwhelming. Simply put, proper posture creates the opportunity for you to take the club back to a particular place, which creates the opportunity for a particular path, which creates the opportunity for a particular way of making impact, where all you got to do is square this face and learn how to deliver speed to the ball. But if you don't have proper posture, it's impossible to get the athleticism necessary to produce a power transfer in body and arms in harmony with one another, which will create the ball flight that you anticipate. Posture is a really interesting subject matter, and it's one that most people don't really understand. Thus, most people don't take the time to learn how to posture yourself properly over a golf ball. Just kind of like we sort of slouch in life. We don't really stand up straight. We don't sit down in a chair correctly. We don't know how to bend down and pick up something. We don't do things using our more powerful legs in our core. So basically, with proper posture, we're going to be in a very athletic position. We're going to be in a very balanced position. We're going to be in a very grounded position, which means we can feel ourselves into the ground. And we're going to be in a very coordinated, no heel heavy, no toe heavy type of position. So with that position, with athleticism, with equal weight transfer, right and left side of our body, we're going to be able to be in a particular place, which creates the availability of a particular place at the top, which creates the availability of a particular path. And with that particular path, we can learn with proper posture how to rotate our body through, how to make impact, how to compress the ball, and how to retain our posture and go to a proper finish point. So it all starts with posture, gets our core involvement that we want, centeredness of stance. We can't be sloppy. And if you watch your friends when you guys go golfing, they're not like that. They're kind of really a lot of knee flex, a lot of bending, and they really can't get a quality place at the top which will deliver the blow we're looking for. So when you watch golf on TV, whether it's spread couples taking it out here and putting it to here to go that way, or whether it's Nancy Lopez, if you watch highlight films, Hall of Famer, taking it here, but she went to the same place, but they have good posture and they create the availability of a good path. So Tiger Woods has perfect posture, so do a lot of other players like Adam Scott and Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler and all those guys that you like. Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, they're in a place that makes it easy. They're in a posturing which makes it easy to take it up the plane to the place. So the understanding that needs to be made is the posture is set, the posture is retained, and the arm swing path is available to go to this place, yes, with a turn and all that, but the most important thing is we're in a place that creates the path. So if you can vision this, most people are coming from varying places at the top, which means they are hopeless in the ability to get the path. So I say the most important thing is to come from the right place, but you can't get the right place unless you assume the correct posture. So we're bending from our hip sockets right there. We're bending there. Here's an easy way to demonstrate. This is my personal good posture. I'm not a sloucher anymore. I used to be, but I made sure I'm not, because this is the posture I should go through life with. I'm centered. I understand I'm going to bend from my hip sockets, both sides, and I'm going to bend like that. So if I put this visual aid on my back, my golf club, it's touching my it's touching my tailbone, my back, and it's X amount of distance from my head. I'm going to try to bend without slouching. I'm not going to lose that posturing. I'm going to keep that posturing. This is how I get centered. This is how I can be grounded. This is how I demonstrate my knee flex is minimal, not one of those sitting back guys. It's that type of posturing. Okay, so I'm bent from here and I'm centered, and it's a beautiful place. Remember, given that your grip's good and your alignment's good, now we've arrived at a good setup position so we can take it to the place, which means from the place we got the path I just demonstrated. Now we can learn the rest of the story, which is coming up in the next few videos. But it includes how to initiate the downswing motion, where we want to be at impact, what happens on the way through, and where we go to the finish. That's what this is all about. Here with me today is Miles Martinez. He's an 11-year-old, I believe, future tour star. He works very hard in his game. He has great aspirations to do something with the sport. So what he's doing is learning correctly, and he's doing things about it. So he's learned the fundamentals of golf in a very good way, and he understands the value of proper setup, which we'll call pre-swing for the purpose of today. We're gonna have a pre-swing routine where Miles will demonstrate that he's got perfect posture. You're not going to see the parts about the previous videos about the grip and alignment, but he will produce perfect grip, perfect alignment, and then he'll show you perfect posture, which allows him to get to a perfect place, which allows him to have a perfect path, which allows him to have a chance of hitting the ball where he's aiming all the time, which is pretty cool. So can you demonstrate proper posture? You remember how hard we worked on that posture, right? And it was kind of it took a long time, right? But you made your commitment, so go ahead and stand up. So stand up straight and look towards those houses. Stand up straight. So when I measure Miles as he stands here with his normal walk of life posture, he's looking good. He's getting a photograph, so he has to look his best. That's how he's going to look. Can you show me where your hip sockets are by bending your legs so you can find out? So you're going to bend from there. Keep your posture and bend from there. Good. So now he's got perfect posture, which is going to create perfect place. Minimal knee flex. I like this minimal knee flex. A lot of people have too much knee flex and it wrecks the posture because we're sitting back on the ball. Let's show the audience how we get perfect knee flex. Put your club behind your neck like this for a moment. We'll get back to the posture. Turn to your right, turn to your left, back and forth. Back to the target on the backswing, front to the target. Go ahead and rotate through. Not on the golf plane, just have your shoulders parallel to the ground. Back to the target, front to the target. Weight in the back, weight in the front. Keep going many times because I'm going to use this for a really important part of posture. Okay? So that's a simple motion. True or false?
True.
Okay. Now stay there. Stop. At address. How much are you bending your knees? But you had freedom of motion. Just for fun, for the purpose of the audience, can you bend your knees a lot? Now look at me and do the same drill. How good does your body work anymore? Or does it get really difficult? That's what people do. They bend their knees too much and they can't rotate. And then it makes them stand up on the ball, sit down, and then posture up. So we're going to be like this. Okay, so that knee flex is the amount of knee flex one should have. It created athleticism for you. How wide was your stance when you did the drill?
Wide enough so
it wasn't. What? Say it loud.
So the ball's in the middle of your stance.
Okay, but it wasn't too narrow because you would have lost your balance. It wasn't too wide because you wouldn't have been able to rotate. It was a particular width that was easy for you to repeat the drill. So that's how much your knees should be flexed, or how minimally, and that's how wide your stance should be, and it's very simple. Then we bend from the hip sockets. Demonstrate that with your proper grip and proper alignment. Now we're ready to go. Now I should be able to push you this way or that way and you won't go anywhere. Most people I can push them one way. Here, go heel heavy a little bit. You can probably see it from the audience, but that's heel heavy. Now go and do it the other way. That's a little toe heavy. We're not grounded if we're heel heavy or toe heavy, and we're going to lack balance and stability during the entire swing, and we're not going to be able to have proper core involvement. Okay, now set up to that ball. Proper grip, proper alignment, proper posture. And an important part of the alignment, just to really quickly make sure we get to the right place at the top of the backswing, is your feet, knees, hips, shoulders, and eyes all have to be parallel to the planned path. And this right arm has to be out of the way a little bit. So the camera point of view, you should barely be able to see his left arm right there, and you can see everything is beautifully paralleled up. Now, from there, Miles is going to take it right up the plane to this beautiful, place at the top, which creates the availability of the path that we were talking about. Any bad posturing will create other places at the top where the path is impossible. So Miles knows the place because of the posture. Since he has a place and since he gets the path, he gets to just square the face and rip it to the target. Pretty cool thing. Okay, show him the place, show him the move. Yeah, but I'm going to put this here because Miles did have a tendency, I'm going to show the audience, to get to the place but have a in-swing corrected measure where he went over the top, we call it. Now, I'm going to block him with my shaft so he can't do that move. So we've learned the place, but now we got to get the initial move of the path. Okay, so let's set up again. Proper grip, proper alignment, and we're going to get into our proper posturing. Okay, and just to review, this is everything's paralleled up. Now you're going to take it up the plane to this beautiful place without rocking out. Now we're in the place and we're going to have that path. I'm going to let you go from the static position. Go ahead and hit it soft. Hold all the way to the finish, hold that finish. That's beautiful. You know where that place was, thus you can do it again, but you got the place because of the posture, right?
Yeah.
So, I talked about proper posture to get to the place, or creates the opportunity and possibility of the place. you need a little bit of knowledge of why you have to posture in a particular way as well. So proper posture is your posture, and it is whoever you are at this point in your life. If you're still young and relatively supple, if you were to stand at your best, stand at attention, it's the relationship between your spine and your lower body. It's the relationship between your back and your neck. It's relatively straight for most people. When we get older, we might slouch a little bit more, and we can't help it, and that just becomes who we are, and we fight to keep our best posture. So we want to have that good posture, like I said, for one reason, because it's going to get our core involved. Two reasons, it's going to get us a chance at the place. Also, I forgot to just mention, it gets ourselves really grounded and balanced, okay? So now, the most important thing is, once we get posture, we have to retain posture. This is the part that's the critical part. With bad posture, it's hard to retain that posture through impact. So the biggest reason that we have our back and our neck straight to each other is it's easy to retain that through impact. Posture retaining through impact is the critical thing for smash factor of the ball. It's the critical thing so we can have extension at address that we retain at impact to the place because of the posture, which gets the path. And if the posture is retained, we can keep our extension till the moment of impact, and we can just nip it off the deck all day long. So our posture is easier to retain if it's in the position of back and neck straight with one another. It's simple to retain that. It's very difficult to retain bad posture through impact. That's why everybody's in unique places at impact. Good posture, easy to retain posture, the place, the path, the impact, squareness of contact all day long. So to review this series on pre-swing, grip alignment and posture, GAP, kind of like the store called The Gap. I've said it to thousands of people. It helps you remember how to set up to the ball properly every single time, every single golf shot, whether it's tomorrow or the next day or a series of balls that you're hitting on a practice session. Grip, alignment, posture. Today was all about posture, but you can't just get good posture without a good grip and a good alignment. So we've got to have all three. Grip, alignment, and posture are the three vital critical turning point fundamentals, pre-swing fundamentals that we need to observe and follow so that we can have in-swing positions that we'd like to talk about. So that's category 1, pre-swing, grip, alignment, posture. Category 2, we're going to get involved in up the plane to the place. Category 3, we're going to get involved in the initial move, downward or forward, your choice of words. Category 4, impact and the way through. And category 5, the finish point, and why it's so important to have a finish point. And that's pretty much what we're going to do in this series. And thank you very much for enjoying this. This is Ken Chase. Be sure to get a copy of my book, If I Only Had a Mulligan. It is a process I use for developing highly competitive and successful players. Over 50 state high school champions, over 50 scholarships awarded, U.S. Kids World Champions, U.S. Junior Champions, U.S. Amateur Champions, PGA and LPGA Touring Professionals. Make the most of your time. Remember, how you learn is just as important as what you learn.
Arigato, hey, arigato, arigato gozaimasu, arigato, hey, arigato, arigato gozaimasu, hey, 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 arigato, hey, arigato, arigato gozaimasu, hey, 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 domo. Arigato, hey, arigato, arigato gozaimasu, arigato, hey, arigato, arigato gozaimasu.